Just gonna check and see. Oh, I guess I'm trying to see how it looks on the screen. I'm not sure how chat's going to work, so we're gonna see how this is. Oh, echo. Wow, I have multi-stream going. And here I am on Twitch. And you can see I'm going into an infinity. Okay, so it looks like I'm good. Neat. I need to... Hey, how's it going, Brian? And it looks like it is showing up in my chat. Now, the question is how do I get... Because I need to figure out how that my interface can show me chat. So, because this is a first. I haven't done multi-stream yet. Interesting that the chat room... Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Looking at the interface. Hold on. I'm going to lift this up just so everyone can see what I'm trying to figure out. So here it says Twitch. I also have multi-stream. So it looks like that if I post something here, let's see if I... Oh, it's a read only. Okay. So Brian, what I'm doing is I'm streaming to both Twitch and to YouTube at the same time. I tried to get I tried to get Facebook in as well as too, but I have to define a game and figure out some other things. I don't want to do that yet. For now, again, this is my first time I've multi-streamed. Typically, I stream on just Twitch. This is not going to be me really doing that much code, if at all. The reason why is because as tomorrow we are launching a new book, and since you are here on the live stream, you're going to get a sneak peek. Actually, I need to be a little bit careful because I can accidentally release people's contact information with our backend interface. So I have to skip to the actual book in question. So excited about this. So I'll pull up the preview. This goes live tomorrow. This is Practical Python Projects, which is another book that we are publishing. What it is it is for Python. It actually has no mention of Django in it, to the best of my knowledge. Instead, it is a book by Yusuf Khalid, who's a friend of mine and a fellow author. He's the guy behind Intermediate Python. And what it is, it's basically projects that you can accomplish in a weekend that allow you to do awesome things. And so that's what Practical Python Projects is. So and it's 340 pages, may vary over time, and we are it's going live tomorrow. So I've got a bunch of work to get done. For example, we don't have social media icons ready yet, or images. Let's see, I have a whole task list. Let's see what I can get out. So Fabio's handling listing the product on our other stores. I wrote my testimonial. I asked Luciano Ramajo for a testimonial, but he won't be able to give that to us next week. But what I do need is a thumbnail for viewing on the different pages that make up our stuff and social media. So yeah, and also blog about it. So this isn't going to be my most exciting content, but this is really my test of multi-streaming and seeing what the limitations are. Like the fact that here with in multi-stream that I can see. I can see down here while seeing this out of sync is challenging. I can see that with multi-stream, there's read-only comments, and then Twitch, I have to use this. So I want to see if I can figure out how to handle that. But I'm not going to do that now. Now I'm going to build a, actually, I know what I do need to do, because Yasub provided the image of the back cover. I think he did. I'm hoping it wasn't a, let's see, here we go, all the way down here. Actually, what I will do, how can you get the book? The book is going to be released tomorrow. I'll share with you the link. The link will not be live at this time. Sorry, just we have a bunch of stuff to do. I'd love to give it to you right now, but that is, I think the team would be upset if we activated it now. So that's where the, it doesn't like when I post web addresses. Interesting. So, oops. So it looks like in live streams, I wonder if I post here in Twitch, will it show up on your side? The post, it appears here and it doesn't appear there. So is there a way I can edit the description of this live stream? Tell you what, Brian, tomorrow morning around, I don't know where you're based, but at around 10:30 to 11 Pacific Standard Time, that's when we launch the book. That's the intended time. So I will be, if you want, I can live stream it. That might be a good idea. That could be a lot of fun. All right, so what I'm going to do, though, is I need to do the social media images to help promote it. And that's the first thing I'm going to do. And then actually, I need to review a few chapters. In fact, I will review those chapters first, because that means that Yasub can get, here's the book. It's beautiful, by the way. Like, Yasub was inspired. Like, this is the warnings, notes, information. Look at this. I mean, this is such a beautiful book. I'm so pleased that it's this astonishing to look at. Okay, so I thought he had a back cover. Here we go. And is this, I think, so you're in Kenya. Oh, wow. So Brian, that's awesome. Next week, we're planning to launch our Africa storefront. And so we use Shopify, and let me see if I can see Shopify payment gateways. Online payment gateways, and then I can look up and see how well we can support Kenya without having to do a lot of paperwork. Okay, so it looks like, you have Peach and Pesapal and Paygate. And of course, there's the cryptocurrency, which I don't believe is illegal in Kenya. I know in other parts of the world it is. The beautiful thing, Brian, is that for our Africa store, we're going to make cost of living adjustments that, we're doing that per region. So for our Bangladesh and Brazil stores, which are already up, we have a cost of living adjustment. And we're going to be doing the same thing for our friends in Africa. We've tried to, for years now, we've supported the African software community, especially the Python community. Hey, Reagan, I'll answer your question in a second. So we're really excited to be able to support. Well, we've had so many requests for our current ebooks and print books to sell them in Africa, and it's been really challenging. We finally figured out how it's going to work. So Reagan just asked, is it going to be an online book or a paperback book? It is going to be both, and it's launching as PDF. EPUB will probably follow really quickly after that, and then Kindle/Mobi. So yeah, it's definitely going to be both. And then once we've had a chance to polish the book more, then we're going to go to print. But our we like to release the ebook early so we can get lots of feedback from readers, make sure, I mean, we've reviewed it again and again and again, and by doing it as in this fashion, we have readers give us feedback on ebooks, then when we get to print, we'll be able to sell it. And also we've hooked up with some printers around the world, so shipping it, you know, it used to be that we'd charge $35 to ship US dollars to ship a book outside the US, which is crazy. And now what we do is we sell it within, I mean, because we're dealing with overseas printers, they can get you the book for about $7 to $8 US, and we're still trying to figure it out. So we actually went high on the cost of shipping the print book. As we tweak it and iterate, we're hoping to bring that down, but I can't make any promises until we actually go live with our first print book in 2020. The pandemic really slowed our ability to get print proofs, which is a super important part of things, because we're just small indie company. We don't have the pull of a big publisher. Anyway, what I need to do real quick before I forget is as much as I love talking, I actually have a really, really big task list. Let me just close some of these windows. I'm gonna, because this is actually confusing me. I get confused easily. Okay. Okay, so where was I? So I have this image. I need to, oh yeah, here we go. Here's the product. And so I have the back cover now, so I should be able to put the back cover on. Yeah, if I could post links into that you'd be able to read, I would absolutely be posting this. I mean, if you're following this on Twitch, you certainly can. And actually, I'll be really naughty. Well, the problem is people are going to try to, what happens if you add this to the cart? Oh no, we don't want to do that. So I really can't share this email with you because it may cause problems in our system if I share this preview link and have people take a look at it. But yeah, awesome. And then, yeah, so we're really excited. Yusub's put so much work into it, and I'm about to review some chapters so you can watch and see what I look for. I am an author as well, if you don't know. So let's see. Yeah, so the table of contents is there. Let's see what. Let's see. Well, learning. You asked me to review chapters. It's chapters 6, 11, and 12. So let's see what we can do. Okay. And I guess what I can do is I can switch. I'm going to close the window to this because that's probably confusing to you, even if it's a little bit easier for me. And just have a lot of duplicate windows open. Okay, so wow, it's kind of exciting for me to be streaming on YouTube as well. This is part of the angle that I've missed doing. Okay, so CD, and then this is let's see if my Visual Studio Code is working. No. Why are you doing this? Okay, so let's try adding a workspace folder and see if that fixes the problem. Okay, so this actually worked. It's not super ideal, but yeah, I think I'm gonna probably uninstall and reinstall it. Okay, so close out some more things. So chapter 6, 11. Okay. Oh, so he's done some editing. Okay, so let me blow this up for you. So those of you, which is all of you, can see Yeah, for some reason my Visual Studio code isn't updating. So this is a new chapter that he just added to replace some other things. So far, we've been focused on using already existing libraries to do most of the heavy lifting. So I read really fast. So I apologize if it seems like I'm skipping for super duper fast. Okay, so he's got will not be using any external. This is probably the only project for which you don't need to create a virtual environment. Wow, that's new. Okay, I think this one. Okay, so he saw you're going through my Django crash course. Have you question? Why are you using the convention? Um, no, that's okay. He saw. I don't mind. I don't mind the question. I don't know for those of you on YouTube because I am multi-streaming. I am getting questions from other places. So why aren't we explicitly using the verbose name? That is a really good question, and maybe we should be using it. He saw. Here's the honest truth. When Audrey or I wrote that particular line, we might have been lazy. I will argue that it was me who was lazy. And it is the wrong approach because what we should be doing is when we should be writing out the argument, which is the verbose name or label, I think is it. And the other thing is we should be wrapping it up in the underscore that represents, internationalization code. Well, we aren't featuring internationalization with it at this level. I mean, with Django Crash Course, that's something that we hope to cover in a future extension. But the argument does remain that maybe we should have it. So here's what I suggest you do, he saw. I suggest you open an issue on the GitHub repo. I will post that for you. And then we'll make the change. Probably not today, just because I'm launching a new book tomorrow, but certainly tomorrow. And I'm going to give you that link in just a second. I love this kind of feedback. Okay. So here's where you do that. And the beautiful thing he saw is this means that you'll get attribution in the book, which means that your name will be in there. And, that'll be awesome. So thank you very, very much for that. That submission. I do appreciate it. Okay, so let's review the book. Hey, Eddie or Edder. Hey, Edder. Okay, there. But none of them satisfy him. A few of them tell you how to write the actual on this MIT license, will be heavily modifying for increased visibility. You can find the modified code here on his GitHub repo. So one of the things is that we're not accounting for in this is this will not work. Well, this will look great in the result or the generated result. I'll show you what the book looks like. Conda activate weekend projects. And then make HTML. Oops, because the HTML version looks very similar to the rendered output. Oh, that's awesome. Then open build. Okay, and so this will be chapter 6. This is understanding. Where is it? Here we go. So, yeah, if you see that here he has links, this won't work in print because the problem with print is that you can't click on a link that sends you where you're supposed to go. So that just to let everyone know, this is I'm not going to submit a PR, make any suggestions for it. This is something that before we go to print, we do have to account for. We'll not be using any external libraries. Let's start with this nice image. Lists all different parts of a simple. You take a look. You'll be exploring. You might have to first Du-du-du. Okay, files. This is a very wow. So he. Oh, I see. So this is all the different pieces. Neat. That makes up a JPEG. So there, when he talks about FFD8, that tells us that it's the start of the image. So see from struct import. See, I don't know this stuff too well, but let's just make sure his code looks good. Um, hey, Vandre, how's it going? I love Brazil. I was there in 2014 and I have wanted to go back since. Have you been to our Brazil store at br.feldroy.com? So where you can buy stuff in real and use like stuff like, was it boleto? I think I might be mispronouncing it. I'm probably saying it from the Spanish side of things. So yeah, that's because we love our Brazilian friends. So Brian, do we employ developers? Well, I am a developer. I wish I could say we employ hundreds of developers, but right now it is just four of us in the company, and we don't have the sales volume to justify hiring the hundreds of developers I would love to hire. Maybe in the future. Okay, so there's there's it. Oh, first explain some basic by so the trying to is a bit hard, even though the moment right now gives us some deep stuff, but he's approaching in a he's attacking in a very approachable way. Oh, hold on. Have I pulled this git branch? Oh, git checkout master. So I don't even have the most recent one. How embarrassing. So it's what? Git fetch upstream merge upstream master. Okay. So git log. Let's see. This is chapter 6. And he made a change, so I have to start over. Larg. I don't think so. I think we're good. So a discrete. This is like a really deep chapter. So far we have anything. We have a transform quantization. And I'm so hey, Asha Yambali, where do you live in India? I know it's late there. Often if I have a good live stream, especially when I'm figuring something out, I will save the live stream. I'll wrap it up in a code cast. Hey Mark, how's it going? Okay, so this LaTeX, this is LaTeX, by the way, if you're not familiar with it. That's what he's using to render these. The problem is for me to really, like, I have no time to properly review this. Yeah. So where exactly are you in India? But Mark, so I didn't know you had a kid. And you have a coding camp. Hey, so just so my Twitch followers know, I am multi-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Oh, so you have two kids, a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old. Well, that's awesome. I love kids. I'm so glad we had ours. I think she's taking a nap, but all right, so he's giving this long explanation. Oh, you're in Bangalore. Okay. Yeah, we were in Calcutta in October of last year. My wife's father is from there. And in fact, our daughter is named after her grandmother, who was in Calcutta. She was a professor of mathematics. And so she's named after great grandma Uma. And yes, we were there in Calcutta during Durga Puja. And if you have a little girl named Uma during Durga Puja, you are a celebrity in Calcutta. It's crazy. Yeah, finite singularity. Our daughter, considering how popular she was with a name like Uma in India, and because the festival of Durga Puja celebrates a goddess whose one of her names is Uma, and so it just, yeah, we got the royal treatment just because our daughter was named Uma. It's pretty fun. But I've wanted to go to, oops, I seem to have misplaced my, where did, I've wanted to visit Bangalore for years. There's so many places I want to go. This is the last step in code, so it should be the first step in the decoding procedure. So we're going through a bunch of stuff. Let's see how these tables came out and the rendered output. Yeah. So this one line right here might be a problem. Let's take a look. So, nope, it fits on the page. Let's say something else. Two quantization tables, a JPEG image. Oh, that's not gonna fly. This is one of those things where you look at and you're like, but why are you being particular? And the reason why is because if you switch how you execute on certain things, it is jarring for a lot of readers. So this is not, as much as I like this to be a deep review, I don't have time to do the kind of deep review. So give it justice. And he's got just make sure we don't have any more of those. Okay. Yeah, this is one of those things where it's really hard for me to dig in as much as I want to this late in the game. I'm just skimming at this point. I can't read this in depth. Yeah, so my Audrey, who's my co-author and partner on everything, her father is from Calcutta, and we, in fact, the first place that we published our book, besides through, North American means, was in India through a company called Pathi, which is based out of I'm pretty sure it's based out of Bangalore, and they're users of Python and Django, and they use our book as a reference. So we've used them for like 5 or 6 years, and I've worked with Indians for, oh my goodness, like at least 17 out of my 23 years of professional program experience. So I have, I've had a lot of exposure. In fact, for lunch, I had Indian food. I had a kati roll, which is it's Calcutta street food, but it's where they take parathi and they wrap it up with some kind of protein and vegetables and often egg. So that's what we had. But I know in Bangalore, I don't know if you have kati rolls in Bangalore or not. India is a big country, and I know I have an idea of just how diverse India is. That you know the different areas are hugely different. Huh. So I'm just wondering, because this isn't PEP 8, and I'm wondering if there's a reason why. Maybe because he's using TK. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So we have that. We're just starting to get them in the US, which is really wonderful. I fell in love with them when we were in India last autumn. Who would have thought it would take 6,000 plus take a 6,000 word 6,000 plus for showing to show my face on the screen. Yeah, sorry. No. Can't have this. you can tell Yasub's been working really hard, because here he's saying either way after writing this, either way I'm very tired now. This either way, this was a very challenging chapter to write. That's better, not I'm tired. I've been staring at Hex staring, let's make it more positive. Staring at Hex takes a lot of focus, but there is takes a lot of focus, but I feel it is worth it. Okay. is worth it. I'm super new to this. I want to show you how it works under the no part of software engineering. Computer science is magic. That's a beautiful, beautiful statement. It's really easy to think otherwise. You just need to peel the layers one by one. It will all start to make sense. Beautiful. Okay. All right. And as much as I would love to, oh, and we need to do the HTTP. Aha, look at that. So here he's got an HTTP. I wonder if we can see if we can do this as HTTPS. Okay, but if I just go like that, all right, I guess it is what it is. Let's try another one. And this goes to the HTTPS version, so we can. Okay, so this we don't have any control over. I love regex. I wish I could do it more easily in Python. I think Python puts up unnecessary barriers to do regex. I've thought of writing a wrap around the Python regex library just to make it easier. Just some simple utility methods. Oh, I just realized Douglas Coding and RealMax followed me. Okay, so git commit a few simple changes. No. Chapter 6 sweep. Let's see. So for those of you who are on YouTube, yes. So my first, Mark, my first year at NASA, I got away with so much. I not got away. I did so much awesome things by using regular expressions. Like people come to my desk to ask me to write them regular expressions for everything and anything. And then I went to Python and kind of started to lose my regex skills. But it's the one thing that, you know, when I look back at my 6 months of Perl, where I loved, I thought I really liked Perl, and then and then what happened was I went back and I tried to look at code I wrote a few months earlier, and I was like, I have no idea what I just did. A few weeks, nothing more. Okay. I guess maybe I should have reviewed this. Oh, why isn't chapter 6 PEP 8 compliant? Is it because we're running in Tkinter or something else? But methods are named with camel case. Okay. Oh, so Fabio had to shut down. Let me think on chapter reordering. That's a tough one. Okay, so how to read the book. Dude, I want to review this. Actually, consider making the book for Python 3.8 or even I'm 3.7 is old school. You can say in the book that it will work with Python 3.8 and 3.7. Okay. All right, so I do need to let's see. So it's also hard for me to review in depth while I'm actually on a stream. It's another thing to there's a lot of tasks that I like to do, but I can tell you reviewing book content while you're streaming is, I don't know, it's just not working for me, because when I do it I have to like super duper focus, and I guess I don't have that capability while I am also, you know, I have viewers and I'm talking to people who are sending me comments. Okay, so all right, so I do need to make these image things. Specifically, I want one that looks good on Facebook. Facebook post size 2020. So it's typically, so it's 120 by 630. We'll test this. So Canva is my tool for of choice for this kind of thing. So they said it was 630. Event size, there's image post size, video size. Okay, good to know. And then we're gonna upload. I think it is this one. There we go. And now we're gonna bring in some text. And if we look at the back cover content, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's 2 minus I have to count because I'm gonna mess up my math. 1, 2. It's like I can never remember when I'm slicing what the numbers are. Like, where does 0, 1, 0, where does 1 start? So that's my little dark secret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it is 12. Okay. Dozen projects. You can complete each completable, each doable in a weekend. A dozen projects, each doable in a weekend. How does that sound? Hey, Peter, how's it going? Glad to see you here on, I guess you're on the YouTube side of things. Um, are you still at the company that we worked at together? Dozen projects, each doable, a dozen projects. So we have to say each, because if I say a dozen projects doable in a weekend, people think, oh, I can buy the book and do each one a weekend. I don't think that's gonna be the case, because the thing is with some of these chapters, to make things work, you have to do some research, depending on what your case is. Okay, so need to find oh, I know. Let's see, I can do Yasub, and I know he's got his image in here somewhere because I saw it. Okay, let's see where it is in. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's all the way on CloudFront, but that's a pretty good image of him. Okay, so I think with Canva, I can just, if I go to uploads, oh, I was hoping I could just link to an image. I guess I have to save it. Yeah, sub profile, and then let's upload that. Don't actually, I know what I need to do. Yeah, sub lead. Let me think. Let's see if I can, let's see what other people do with Facebook posts. Let's see, what did we do with 2 scoops of Django? We're gonna check here because the admin has posted oh, wrong group. I hate all this political stuff. Oh wow, so you can't even see the image. Okay, so clearly we need to fix something there. Hold on, let me see. 2 scoops of Django. How do we do? Actually, I think dozen projects, each doable in weekend. By Yusuf Khalid. Oh, and then go away. Then what I can do, just so people know who's publishing it. Oh wow, that got, so it cuts off. Oh no. I have to, hold on. If you look at our banner, okay, so clearly I need to fix the landing page. Well, that would explain one of the reasons. That would explain a few things. That's really frustrating, actually. yeah, the way it shows up in the interface is really different. So and I'm gonna save that. Okay. So what do people think? Does this look good? Maybe decrease this like that, or let's well, that didn't work. Let's see if we can increase the font. Build a on projects in a weekend. Let's see if we can expand it. Build a dozen each. Feel like that's a little bit busy. See how like packed does it. Yeah, I know this may not be as exciting as some other things, but oh, so they kind of surround it like that. See that? Is a book, you know, Facebook's dimensions are rectangle. Ah, I lost my hand. Whereas with books are like these long rectangles. So this is how they handle it. That's very, very interesting. Okay. This is exactly the reference that I need to pull this off. Okay, so one is they put the book to, whoa, they put the book here, and that makes sense because our eyes, at least in the West, go left to right. So build a dozen projects. Then they have a pretty background. Get 15, pick up a digital, the first 50 buyers, so we're gonna, it's okay. So here, I want to have the book be featured more, and then let's get rid of this, and then text, go with subheading style, and then let's see, maybe for the background, we have that. Oh, that one's too much. Perfect. Okay. So now we have pick up the ebook from the Feldroy.com store for 15% off. using the code I think it's PPP Facebook. And now I'm gonna think I can think this will work. Awesome. And let's go to bit.ly and we'll create a link to it. Let's see, so this will be to https www.feldroy.com/products/practical Python projects. Well, there's a lot of P's there. Okay. That should be it. And let's confirm that. Where I am now. Okay, and so we should go just make sure that we have the right okay, so let's copy this link and we should go to that URL. And that's fine. But what I've done is I've confirmed that this link works. So I can do going back to Canva there. Okay, and now let's see if we can increase the size of this font. Let's take it up to 48. Too big. 36. 42. Let's see what Pact calls it. So Pact says with 15% off using the code PPP Facebook. Let's. Hey, what do you think, people? Does this look good? Okay, let's try downloading it and Facebook post image. Oh, actually, have to change it a little bit. Let's put limited Um, the first 50 people can pick up the book from the fellow with 50 using the code PPP Facebook. It looks okay to you. Thank you, Joey. Is speaking of Joey, is Jingu having you do like 100 burpees a day? My arms right now are noodles. Like I'm like ugh. Well, I guess I need to get back in shape. So PPP Facebook. I can pick up from the Felroy. Okay, so I think I have to go to my Facebook account so you can see people being actually there's a better place for me to do this. And that is publishing tools. And let's see what the preview looks like of the image. Perfect. Yeah, I'd like maybe at some point soon I'll pick up capoeira as well again. My knees are better. Just been focusing on things to work on. Let's see how the mobile. Oh my god, that looks so good and it's legible. The link is legible. In fact, I might. I think the Feldroy has to be there because it's our we're promoting it, but also. I mean, I know that Yasub has he is legitimate in his own right. That's part of why we're willing to publish his stuff is that we don't have to do 100% of the marketing. Okay, so my computer, PPP Facebook. This is the post, the image for Facebook social media. Okay, so that should work okay with LinkedIn too. Although I don't care. LinkedIn will come through its own direction. Oh, let's see what he says. So publisher wants to work with us in publishing a book. Yes, we can do that. All right, so I need to go and address this. Yeah, we often get publishers contacting us saying, "Hey, you want to publish a book through us?" And our response to that typically is, we get like, the margin that we get through them is 16% royalties. That's not even margin because that's after expenses. Where and that's all kinds of things like that they'll tack on, and it's just how they run their business. Um, the the thing is though is that we get a much higher margin when we sell the books ourselves, and granted it isn't the numbers that we want in order to like make it possible for us to it isn't at the part yet where we can like live in luxury. So we've got a bit of work to go in doing that, but still if I could go from getting a much higher percentage and then and doing all the marketing and most of the editing myself, or I could have the same thing through Pact, because a publisher is not, they're not going to do that much editing, and not for a tech book. And they also, they're going to say, okay, it's time for you to market. And so it's part of why they reach out to me, is because they know that, myself and, that I've got, I do have something of an audience. It'd be nice if I had a bigger one, but, okay, so Yusub is asking for us to reduce the count. The first 25 people. Yeah, he's done the math. He knows what this will cost us. Okay. All right, and then I think this folder that I'm working in, I want to rename it. So no, we don't need that. No, we don't need that. And then social media. Okay. All right. Twitter time. So what's a Twitter card? The Twitter card image size. Oh, that thing. So 1200 by 628. Blah. How's that 1200 by 628? I'm not even sure I'm doing this. We don't get that much traffic through Twitter. So 1200 by 675. Okay, so let's do... Oh, so we could probably get away with just doing this. Let's see what see how it looks like at a glance. That's close. It'd be nice not to have to That's really close. All I have to do is adjust things just a little bit with this for Twitter. Okay. So I've got an idea. Okay, so PPV, Facebook and Twitter. Let me just make sure I have the discount. I know which discount codes. Is there a Twitter one? No, but it'll go on blog. So we're going to call the N blogs. Okay, so we're going to add in a new page, and I'm going to just literally, I guess, hold on. So I'm going to duplicate page, and then this one will be PPP Yasub log. And what we'll do is we'll just move in from the corner, the side. And the beauty of this is that we're keeping pretty much everything almost as it is. I mean, I'm just going to adjust the font size some. Let's see, 38. And then we're going to bring you in. And we want to just, yeah, so this way, if it gets truncated by another platform, we'll be okay. And then we'll shrink this some and we'll go to 36. And we're going to stretch you out all the way so you center out nicely. And it isn't the way. This needs to be HTTPS. I'll have to regenerate that. Let me shrink this down just a little bit. And I think yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Hey Billy, how's it going? So I do have an online Django course. There's one happening on this Friday, actually. You can sign up for it if you go to feldroyd.com. And then I know this isn't easy to find at the moment, but I'm about to fix it you're coming from YouTube, so I can't easily post it there. But we have, I need to take off the early bird because that ended. But we have a class that's happening this Friday. So while I'm here, I should, Benzilla, I need to get rid of that extra one. Yeah, so we just certainly teach stuff online. If you're asking if I'm going to be doing like a full-fledged course on Django on YouTube. I don't really have plans for it. Just, there's lots of other people who have come up with that. What I'm more interested in is more advanced content. Some more like intermediate to advanced level stuff, not the beginner stuff. Other people can do the beginner stuff just fine. Okay, so right. I don't know. Sometimes I don't like this interface. So we're using Advancilla. We're not using it anymore after this. It's just too much of a pain to maintain. Guys, I didn't need that. Okay. So I think okay, now we're going to duplicate this. And we're going to duplicate this. So now we have YouTube email. That way we can keep, there we go. So blog, YouTube email, and we also have Feldroy email. These are all the different combinations that we're doing. Oh, and Reddit. We also want to, okay, so we should have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So if you're listening in, you should know at this point that you can get the book at a discount in a lot of different places. Okay. So let's download this. Okay, so let me post this into these. Okay, so done. All the different to show. That's gonna be annoying to post this way. Okay, so yeah, there's some monster-sized groups on Facebook for Python, and that's why we're doing it. Like we're talking, um, you know, 250,000 people on there. So that's why we, you know, having this stuff in place, these discount codes, because this, you know, it means that we're less likely to, you know, people say, oh, you're promoting your stuff. And what's really frustrating about promotion to groups is I can promote, you know, I could take someone else's book, record a YouTube series of videos based off of that book, and promote it in a group, and people would be like, "Oh, this is great." I know because this happens with stuff I write. But if I want to promote the book that this person's copying from, then you know, I'm in the wrong because I'm trying to self-promote my stuff. And the thing is when I see a person who has, you know, 500,000 views and they're borrowing heavily from my content or, you know, someone else's content that I know, it's kind of frustrating to be honest. And so we're hoping to get around that limitation. Okay, so let's test out one of them. This should work now. I have uh so just talking to Luciano Ramalho. You should know who that is. All right, so let's try feldroy.blog. Oh, that looks fantastic. Awesome. Okay. So we can post that all over the place. And then let me also check it with LinkedIn. See the kind of stuff we do to have a smooth launch. And look at that. Boom, another one. And what's nice is I love this link. It's not active if you go to it now, which is PPP. You know, there's no product there yet, but there will be tomorrow. Okay. I can mark off. I think I can. Where is up? Clubhouse. Okay, so create thumbnail for viewing on homepage. That means that whole image thing, which I have to revise. I've asked Luciano for the testimonial. I think Fab, we're gonna get past that. Okay, so I think I need to add a task, write email to send mailing list, and I can base that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Where are we now? Ugh, give me a second. Let me see with him. Gilroy. So if you're, I mean, I doubt there's any Indians left online because it's gotten really late over there. Um, um, okay, so good. He fixed that. Um, Not really. That was the big one, but I didn't look closely. Okay, but I don't want to like Hey Paulo, where are you calling from? Paulo, that sounds like that could be anywhere really. That's Europe or the Americas is my guess. Although there are places in Asia which have which have a lot of Spanish loan words. So yeah, I can't guess where you're from. I could Google you. I could Google stalk you. I'm not gonna do that because I would be rude. Okay. Let me think. What do I need to do now? Oh, ask about Pothy. This is, if you want, I can upload the PDF to pothy.com. If they accept it, we won't be able, we can only make changes once per month. Do you feel your PDF is ready for that? Speaking of Pothy, let's see if shop. So the reason I'm going to Pothy, I'm not shopping. I'm just seeing if the latest version 2 Scoops of Django is up there because Pothy is a partner of ours. Look at that. For my Indian friends, you can get the alpha of our book. That's awesome. Now I just need to wonder if Django Crash Course is up there too. Awesome. The reason why this is, and look at this, I have both of them. So we have our books up on Pothy. That's exciting. So when I write up our email to our subscribers, I'll do that. And I'm gonna start working on that because guess what, people, this is not a coding day for me. I know I'll publish books. I'll be creative. And what it really means is I do a lot of like writing that isn't about code. But our hope is if we can get this stuff out there and our online courses that we're selling are doing well, we can, we'll be able to sustain ourselves enough that then we can work more on Django and creating Django videos for YouTube, which in turn generates sales for us. So, all right, let me think. I need to go to this software suite. This is our email software that we use. It's an app, and I'm going to start it up and just check real quick to make sure I'm not going to be giving away any information that'll get me in trouble. So just bear with me while I log into it. It's called Omnisend, and I think they prevent us from making that mistake, but we just need to be a little bit careful. One of my early streams, I accidentally had a page where people could see some of our users' information, and that was pretty embarrassing. We don't want to, you know, it's rude of us to publish our customers' information. So I had to go through and delete a bunch of stuff just to make sure that that didn't like super offend people. Let's see. So interesting. Okay, so I just had to go through and clean up a few things. So this is what we use for sending out of emails. And yeah, we deleted it. And it was a lesson learned for us that there are things that we have to be really careful In fact, there I had to be careful because we had like some information there. Okay, so we like to use this rather than A/B testing. So the subject line for this is new releases from Feldroy.com. Maybe we should consider A/B testing this. So we can always change the subject line. We're going to add a booster. Don't miss out on the new releases from Feldroy.com. New book, and courses from Feldroy.com. There, don't miss the new releases from. How's that sound? New book and courses from Feldroy.com. New Python book and more. Okay, how's that? New Python book and more from Feldroy.com. We're doing it from here. PPP and courses. Little bit. We can try this where we connect it to our Facebook campaign, or to Facebook. Interesting. Okay, so it'll take the first image. So we'll go back and clean that up. So the one that we've liked doing so far is the Stockholm theme, and you can see what it looks like. So if you've ever gotten one of these, you can see this probably looks pretty familiar. I think we can. How do we get rid of this? Thought there's a way that we could. No badge. That's it. So we are basically white labeling it, so it doesn't look like, hey, this is a service that we're using. Okay, so let's add our first image, and for that, PPP Facebook blog Feldroy email. This is it. Boom, there it is. That looks great. Oh my god, that is like perfect for what I want. Practical Python projects. And then we're going to link to, what does this do? Insert personalization? No, I don't want to do that. So HTTPS, and then we have .to/ppp. Perfect. And then let's look at the product description. I can close this for now. Yusub, I'm sorry if you're listening. I need to get these other things done so that way we can sell your book. Okay, so let me just. There's Omnisend. There's Clubhouse. There's LinkedIn. Let's close some of these. Okay, so yeah, I think what I might be doing, just because I can't guarantee I get to code on code multiple times in a week. So I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving my live stream to Mondays, my scheduled live stream, just because I know that I have people come on a regular basis and I'm not always coding. And thank you so much for listening in on me. But I think, for my scheduled times online, it's better if I'm able to do it in this way. So, or that for my schedule time, it's better that I'm actually coding instead of talking about coding. Okay, so build 12 dozen projects, each doable in a weekend. Then let's, okay, and then again, actually, I think I'm going to get rid of this whole section right here and jump to, let's actually grab the cart item for this. Let's do that. This is the best way to go. The only problem is I can't do that yet because the product isn't active yet. So there is something I can do, is I can sell it and ratchet up the price to like $9,000. I'm just worried someone's gonna like buy it and then be upset. So I think we're going to go what we'll do is we will hold off on sending this part out simply because it's not going to be ready yet. And then tomorrow we'll build it. The next thing that I need to do is so we have these Python classes or online classes that we've been teaching, and I want to teach them some more. So let me add those to the schedule. I think what I will do is our next online live online classes. Okay. All right, and then here, I think, can I also do shopping? No. So I'm gonna remove that because that's not really what I want. What I do want to do is product listing. This is what I want. Actually, let's try this one. I wonder if I can switch the sides of this. Settings. Okay. And this, what I can do is I can add it. Just bear with me. Because we have sales of the other ones, I can't take you directly to these things because that risks our users or our customer information getting out. And so I have to be super careful. Okay. So we're going to switch this October 2, 3, and 4, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Hey, you want to say hi? Uma, you want to come here and say hi to everyone? Come here. Come here. Okay. Yes. Hold on, let me. Yes, Fabio. I think that's a very good idea. Same with Yasub's PPP. Okay, so what? Yeah, that's well, certain Mondays every day, and then Fridays maybe. Wednesday is probably when I'm gonna be doing our office hours. Come here. You want to say hi to everyone? He's being shy. Okay, and then we are going to. If I go to where we have it now, feldroy.com, and go to courses, we go Django Crash Course Online. So 179. Okay, so I'll need to set this up in Zapier, but let's take a look real quick. So if you, okay, so this is the variant, but now I can go into, I can go here and I can grab it. And so this takes us to 2 scoops press. This is so cool. Watch this. I'm going to click this. I'm going to choose the variant. And when I press this, what it's supposed to do, and we'll see how well this works, is now if I shop, if I need to double check the link. Okay, so it didn't, I need to make sure that the link is accurate. That's good to know. Let's do, let's try doing it on Bitly. Sometimes that will help. Okay, so we have this image is not the right image. We're going to replace it with, I should have an image. There we go. That's our course logo. And I have to change the pricing. Okay, and I think that's all. Oh, so I could have done, I can do this. So that'll make it distinctive from the from your subs course. Perfect. Okay. And now we're going to add another one for this one is going to be like if we go to think okay, so I'm going to take us down here. Okay, so I'm going to add Django best practices. The 2 scoops away. Live course. Just bear with me. Okay, so this is and I'll add the image to that. There, it's around here somewhere. I think it's under streaming. I'll find it shortly. Because I have it on Canva, so I can just look for the image there. There we go. And the problem with this, while I like the design, I do have to change the colors, and we might have to make some changes to make it more friendly for social media. But it will suffice for now. Oh, this isn't even what we want. This is it. So October 9th, by Daniel Feldroy. This is page 3. So download page 3. Django best practices, 2 scoops away. 10:02. Now if I bear with me. Okay, so now if I go back to the catalog, and I go to here. There. Awesome. I need to, oh no, I need to update this. Okay. Let me just fix this really quick. Okay. And what we might do is have a giveaway to this. So if you, maybe we'll do a online giveaway or something. I'll have to figure out the terms for that, but it's something that I've been teasing back and forth in my head. And this is the, yeah. So, okay. So now, okay, here we go. So now I can go and click shop, and I can go and find the class. Oh, that's right. It doesn't quite work the way you'd expect it to. So first of all, I'm going to put the image on the left. Then I'm going to replace the image that I have. Oops. Click from computer. Then we're gonna make sure we're looking at the right thing, which is this. Okay, and it's gonna be this much. It normally goes for this much, I think. Yep. And let's see what we have for social media stuff. Eldroy team. Okay. So really what remains is getting Yasub's book in. And also I need to add some text for this. Let's okay, so that's that one, and then oh, and we need to update this too. Wow, like we have a well, this one we are offering this, so I'm not gonna change this yet. This is still in the works. So oh, and there's something else that we are doing, which I think people will be excited to know. Um, I know. Uh, oh, hey, Paulo, how's it going? Are you talking about practical Python project? Sorry, I just noticed that you did that. I got really deep into things. So this book, which is not actually available, what I'm doing today is preparing for its launch, which will be tomorrow at around 10:30 to 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know where you're based at, so I know that's around 5:30 UTC, and yeah, it's awesome. Yusub has put in so much work into it. We've worked a bunch on it, and it's beautiful. And at tomorrow the link feld.to/ppp will become active, and you'll be able to find the book no problem. And as you can see, we are giving out discounts with the book. That's something that Yusub wanted to do, was to say, hey, here I am. So I need to see something. Um, oh, I just saw something that we need to do. So here we have, whoops. Oh, I just closed. Okay. Actually, I think we're gonna hold off on doing that. Uh, okay. So the other thing that I need to do is, um, there's a lot of things I want to do today. All right, so we're gonna go back to practical Python projects. Yeah, so what you're seeing, Paulo, is normally I prefer to stream coding, and this is what I was discussing earlier, is um uh as much as I want to get to code all the time, because I am running a business where there's several of us, I spend a lot of time on business stuff. And so it's a scheduled stream, but I have to get this businessy stuff done. And that's part of why I'm going to be reducing my official times for streaming to just Mondays, is so that way people don't show up expecting, oh, it's Daniel Feldroy, PyDanny, he's going to be coding. And I don't want to be able to say, okay, Monday is absolutely a time that I can code. I can get away with doing that. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, so what I was gonna do is another one of these, and sometimes because I am doing business stuff, I have to there are sites that I work with where there is people's information in there that I cannot share. And so that's why you'll see me drag stuff off screen and then bring stuff up, because I'm trying to get past screens that I'm not sure, is there going to be someone's email address because it's giving me a notification about it. That's kind of important to us. So where was I? Oh yeah, so going into apps and then, okay, so products. Okay, so because when I code, I don't want to be working on an e-commerce store. We use Shopify to handle our business transactions. And then for digital distribution of files, we use a product called Sendal. And Sendal is this awesome tool. If you they're actually they have a lot of business and traffic, and we use it to distribute our stuff. We started on Gumroad 7 years ago, but we moved off just because we didn't want to be with a risk-taking company supporting our business. And nothing against Gumroad or anything like that, but this is a huge part of our livelihood is selling through our e-commerce store, and Gumroad never really felt stable. And they've had some rough times. And one of the nice things that we like about Sendal is there's a, it's not like, oh yeah, we're part of the tech scene, we're taking investments. I mean, they might be for all I know, but at least they present themselves in a more stable fashion. So if you want to release your own book and you don't want to say, hey, Danny, can I join? Can you publish my book? And if I say yes, then of course go through us and we'll do it through Sendal. But if you decide to publish on your own, and you don't want, and Shopify is expensive, but we have a lot of needs. If you want a cheaper option, you really might want to consider Sendal just because of their stability and the quality of their stuff. And while you're asking if you can join that Slack group, alas, no, that is our company Slack group. So as much as I'd like to invite everybody in there, I can't. That's a business Slack group. Today I'm doing business. But what I'm about to do is, so we have this Django best practices course that I taught just this other day on Friday, and we are so I'm going to be uploading the video for that. And to do that, I have to I guess I have to do it as a so let's see, Django, what did I call this again? It was course materials. So where is, no, I have, there it is, Django best practices. I think I want to abbreviate this. Let's leave it as it is. I can abbreviate later. Okay, so I create a product, video part 1. We're not linking to a Shopify project. I'm going to attach a video, streaming, and then there we go. So where's part 2? Didn't I export part 2? Well, that's what? Oh, I have to use FTP. Who uses FTP? Oh my God, I just got, oh, Anwar, we actually thought about standing up a discourse and letting people join, maybe even charging people. But then, we all, the 4 of us at Feldroy.com, we discussed and we realized that we didn't want to run an online discussion group and handle moderation. So, wow, how do I FTP up? Oh my God, this is crazy. People, FTP. Okay. Oops. Oh no, I have to change my. Okay, so that's really funny. I mean, here I have a question, because if we get enough interest in running an internal, not internal company, but a Slack group or a discourse or Discord or whatever it is, and we charge a nominal fee to help keep out the trolls. The question um, is that the sort of thing where would people actually pay for that? Is it worth us spending the time and maybe um, hiring people to help moderate? Because I am a coder, uh, Fabio's a coder. Um, okay, so how do I update product? You must select one file to update a product. All right, let's go back to products, and we're going to, look, import from FTP. Let's see what I have. I don't want to have to, like, am I going to have to get an FTP client for this? Hmm. Okay, so I think I need an FTP client. I haven't used an FTP client in years. Do I need to do this? Come on. I feel like I've stepped back in time. Yep. It wants me to um okay, so FTP, so it wants me go to ftp.sendal.com. Let's see if the browser does it for me, because I'd like to not have to I mean, how hard is it to make? I've written stuff where it handles like 3 or 4 gigabytes. Oh, but they might be talking about a lot more. Eh. FTP client Mac. Um, there's FileZilla. I can't believe I'm downloading an FTP client. This is this is not, the browser doesn't like this. FileZilla, really don't care about all these other things. Yeah, like when I feel like the last time I touched FTP was 10 years ago. And you can see here I am trying to install it. All right, so I have FileZilla in place. Oh my God, look at that. It is an FTP client. I bet some people here don't even know what and like what FTP are just because it's like so out of usage right now. Okay, so all right, I'm not gonna. Okay. All right, let's try. I'm just kind of in shock. It's just been so long since I have had to use FTP. Streaming. So upload. Okay, and now it is uploading, and it's just really fun, isn't it? Yeah, Anwar, you're right. It's so old school. I'm really in shock that here it is. I thought FTP was dead. Like, I'll be honest. I thought it's just really funny. And I guess I don't want to be critical. I shouldn't be critical, but boy, is it easy to be. I don't know, it's just kind of funny. All right, so I'm going to start DaVinci Resolve because I exported the other file and I'm not seeing it. So it is uploading fast. I will say that. Like, we're already at 8% on a 2.4 gig file. And what I'm uploading is for the online course, there's video for it, and it's raw in places, but you know. Hey, Suleimani, yeah, normally I do Django. You can't decide between Django and Spring. Do you mean Spring as in the Spring web framework? Is that what you're talking about? Hold on, let me this up here, and then where did this go in my Finder? So, oh, I missed the needs to go into there. Okay, so let's see. I think there is I can hit refresh, and I'm gonna upload this as well. Okay, so Suleimani, I may be, if I'm getting your name wrong, first of all, I apologize. Okay, so I am probably not the person to do this because the last bit of professional Java that I did was with the Spring framework, and this was 12 years ago, and I left it because part of why I switched over to Python and Django is just because I didn't like doing Spring. It was a lot of work to get trivial things done, and to the point that I got really frustrated with Django. I know that compared to a number of micro frameworks like Flask or Fast API, and I'm sure that now there's Java corollaries. Django's a pretty large framework, but in comparison to Spring over a decade ago, Java was a breath of fresh air. The thing is I don't know if Spring is really what you want. I mean, I don't know what modern Spring is like. Is it lighter? Is it fun to play with? And that brings me to the most important point, though, because for me, Daniel or Danny, I would say don't do Spring. do anything else but Spring. But for you, you might have different interests. You might find different things fun and challenging. So here's what I suggest you do if you haven't done it already is try both Django and Spring. And whichever one you find more interesting, you go with. And by trying it, you can do a tutorial too. And then maybe you can write down your thoughts and like list out pros and cons. Like, are there parts of either one that make you go, oh my God, I can't stand it? Or are there parts that make you go, this is amazing. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to focus my energy. I want to discipline myself and learn it and then get really creative with it and build awesome things. That's what I suggest you do is try both and figure out which one you want to invest yourself in. Because I can give you all kinds of advice, but it's all from my point of view. It is, and I am not you. So that's why whenever, and I give this speech, like sometimes people say, what's better, Laravel or Django? And, you know, for me, I don't want to play with PHP. Nothing against PHP, nothing against Laravel. There's really smart people, and there's some really impressive stuff with Laravel out there. I love the tight integration with Vue.js. I wish Django would do something like that. We don't have that though. So whenever someone says, "Oh, which one do you think would be better?" and I'm like, it depends on you. I mean, I can sing the virtues of Django. I can sing that, oh, there's a strong security team and blah blah blah. But really at the end of the day, it's up. And the fun thing about it, Soleimani, is that in most cases, people do this anyway. Like I can recommend stuff till forever, but you're going to pick what you think is best for you. The nice thing about both, Soleimani, is they're both popular. And anyone who says otherwise really doesn't know what they're talking about. Hey, Sky Forest. I am multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so you might see a little bit of a different dialogue today. So what I was saying is that Django and Spring both have huge followings. There's tons of business with it, and anyone who says, "Oh, it'll be easier to find jobs in one rather than the other," I kind of disagree with that. Spring is a huge community. Django is a huge community. And neither one of them is going anywhere soon. It's rare that any language or tool just completely dies. There are exceptions. I mean, way back in the 90s, small talk pretty much vanished overnight. And of course, early in your career, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be hard to find work. You are going to be challenged. Especially, when you're a junior, you don't have any experience that you can list on your resume. It's going to be a challenge, but just stick with it. One of the biggest recommendations I can give is, there's a whole thing of sending out resumes and prepping for, those stupid interview questions. All of that's important. For me, when I've been reviewing people, being able to go on GitHub and seeing portfolio, like one of the people over on the Twitch side of things just said his portfolio project is done. Create portfolio code, and by that I mean go to GitHub and start building something for a topic that you find interesting that'll make you come back to it. And when you build it well. But here's the thing: don't build it and then commit to GitHub. Right? Don't make your project appear out of thin air, because then the question gets raised, and it does. Hey, there's no real commit log to this. Did this guy copy this project from someone else? So what I suggest you do is publish, unless it's secret, there's legal things involved, or it's for a, especially a for pay project, put your code out there and put it on GitHub. And then as you commit, and try to do a commit on your portfolio project at least once or twice a day, as you enhance its features, as you learn the best practices, as you get more experience with coding standards, implement those on the project. Show someone looking at your portfolio that you can grow, because the truth of the matter is, and this is unpopular in some circles, is that not everyone can grow as a professional software engineer. That maybe they're not really passionate about it, but they think it's a route to having stability, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But to be able to show in a GitHub repo that, oh, look, this is what my code looks like at the beginning, and then a more senior person like myself can look at it and say, watch how this person grows. When you hire someone who can grow, it's exciting. When you bring in that person who is technically a junior, but you look at their code and you talk to them and you're like, oh, this person is probably smarter than me and probably can do better work than me. Like, there are people who will panic, but the good bosses that you want to work with will look at that code and they'll be like, oh, let's bring him on board. Let's increase the bar. Let's raise the bar of who we have here. And one of the ways you can show that is through portfolio, because let's face it, when you get to interviews, and interviews are stressful, they suck. They often ask questions that have absolutely nothing to do with the job. But but if you can show, hey, look, this is how I built a portfolio. This is, and it's on GitHub. Anyone can look at it. Here's my commit log. It's awesome. And, it is an investment on your part. It will take time. If it's something good, it will take time. Or maybe if you have a whole bunch of project ideas, you can build a whole bunch of projects and put them on your GitHub, and then you can list them. You can say, hey, these are the different projects, and, please observe how I've learned. Like, if you're not using PEP8, if you don't know what PEP8 is and you're trying to do a website, then, demonstrate, hey, this is me, in this repo, you can see this is the, I made it PEP8. These are things that when people look at portfolio code, they look at, do they know what PEP8 is? Or if they're following a different coding standard, like if you're in the Twisted Python world, they don't use PEP8. They have a different coding standard. Data science often has a different coding standard, sort of, kind of. Also, how exactly are you solving an algorithm? Are you taking, that first pass may, if you've ever coded out something and then you think later, oh my goodness, this is taking 5 seconds. I bet, maybe if I switch to not from list comprehension to a generator expression, that'll speed things up because it'll reduce the memory load on my computer. Maybe I can cache properties and classes, so I'm not hitting out those APIs all the time. I cache the value locally using either my package cache property, or after Python 3.8, I think there's the new cache property thing that got factored in part because of the work I did. You can, it's the sort of thing where it's, so that's the one thing I can say is if you're doing a portfolio project, it gives you good practice. It shows people, hey, this person can code. So yeah, that's my thing. So all right, so Skyforest, you said, how'd my most recent Django course go? It went really well. The only problem is we used the Zoom webinar system, and we're going off that. In fact, one of the things I have to do later, probably today or maybe tomorrow, is convert from using the webinar to using a regular Zoom meeting. We don't have enough people in the class. Like we didn't hit 100, so we can get away with the normal Zoom meeting. Just when you're in a webinar, you can't see people and people can't as easily talk. It's really meant for when you have hundreds of people, and we just thought we'd try it, and so that was the downside. Is I missed that feedback from people, especially people showing their pets and their kids. So yeah. So the next one, actually, you can go and get it now. Although, if you do it, it's gonna force me to do some extra work. But it's okay. By all means, go and spend money. If you go onto the site, it is. I think we decided it was. It's October 9th. So that's the next Django Best Practices a 2 Scoops Way course. And one of the things I'd like to do is come up with some kind of promotion where one person from my stream can luckily win it, or maybe there's a comment in YouTube. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'd like to do a giveaway. And because the price right now, that's the early bird. And this is in US dollars for those of you not in the US. So yeah. So Dota to Attitude, you said it took you 8 months to do your portfolio project. Wow. So the question I have to ask is there, and I just mentioned this, do you have your Git log of changes that you made, or are you going to release it into the world without commits? Because if you don't have that Git log, it's going to make people like me wonder, did they copy? And I'm sure that's not what you did, but if I don't know you, then oh, okay, so there's commits in January. Excellent. Yeah, but the thing is you look at those commits and then you go back and fix that. That is the sort of thing where people are like, oh, this person, we want to talk to this person. They can recognize where they can improve their code. Because the thing is no one's perfect. If you look at the code in Django packages, you're gonna laugh. I mean, there's some, we all, we're all learning. We're all trying to get better, right? So, okay, let me let me see if I can get this working. Okay, so that's my task list. I know. Here's the FileZilla client. Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm using. Oh, look. So there it is. So, awesome. So I can now create, let's go to, this is a bundle. This is a slide. So we're going to have, oh, I import from FTP. Ah, I think I'm starting to get how this interface works. Okay, so now can I just do create a new product like that? Oh, it's create new products. Let's see what happens. I guess they are, I guess we'll find out. I guess it'll be, so they're copying, where are they? There we go. So there's Django Best Practices Part 1 and Part 2. It's copying from FTP. So Django Best Practices. (2020) 08. That was the 14th, right? So Part 1 And then we don't have a Shopify link. It is a video, so I'm trying to figure out why. Download page folder. Oh, because it's not done copying, so it's gonna be a little bit of time. Django best practices video part 1, and then this is part 2. And it's copying it over. So once I'm guessing once the encoding is done, then we can it will allow us to do things like, you know, do some of the more video controls. So need to go back to here. So we have the slides, course materials, Django best practices, and then 1, 2. Okay. Don't send update. We're not sending the update out yet. Okay. Well, that's exciting. And then what I can do is I can go down here and see, actually, let's see how far FileZilla has gotten us. So it is nearly there. All right, so let me think. I need to go back into and go best practices, the two. Oh, so what I'm doing is I'm adding the, you can buy the videos, the video and slides. We're going to be offering that on our site. And so that way, if you want to, check it out, then you can. All right, so that is uploaded. I should be able to close that. Code. Oh, I know what to do. I'm doing this the wrong way. I'm doing this is completely the wrong way. So I'm gonna leave this and attendees will get access to the slides as well as the previously recorded. No. Recorded seminar. Okay, so I do want to do this. Okay, so Django best practices, the 2 scoops way recorded seminar. And then so okay, and then Django best practices, the 2 scoops way recorded. And then we're gonna just say that we have 10,000 units in stock. And if people bought 10,000 of that, oh, I would be in such a good place. Okay, so we have the products and now if you go here, and then okay, so just I'll move this up here. Just have to be careful of what people get to see. So this is for the live course, and this is the recorded version. Okay, and then let's see how the video is doing. I thought send out video streaming. I thought there was a way I could control video streaming. Let's see what we have for. Oh, I see. Okay. I need to disconnect this, and I'm gonna have to do some prep work on this. Bugger. Well, no one's bought it yet. That's the important thing. Okay, so what I have to do is, it's a little bit tricky because I have to break up the video into basically gigabyte-sized files in order for this to work, which is kind of a pain. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Bugger. Ugh. Yeah, so what we want to do is Sendel will give us some so Anwar, which book in particular? The Two Scoops of Django or Django Crash Course? Because both of them should be on the website now. Okay, so right now, if you want to sign up for that, the best practices thing, I'm still setting that up. That is literally something I'm working on right now. The next one will be October 9th. If you just give me a little bit of time, literally you're here while I am setting it up. Because in addition to setting up here on the Shopify store, I also need to set it up with Zapier to register register you to the class in October. So, and I haven't done that yet. So if you sign up now, you can still get it now, but then we have to manually add you. So, and I don't mind doing that. Just, but if you want to wait, you can help us test. Okay. So let's. So I'm gonna do this one really quick. See. Okay, so that's okay. So now if I go here and I check our courses page, excellent. So we have Django Crash Course Online, and so you can, all right, so now let's me do 2 scoops of Django. I'm getting there. Okay, so just for a second, bring that down here. Okay, this is let's go to Zapier. Actually, need to go to Zoom, and then we're gonna sign into Zoom. Hey, you wanna hi? I'm gonna, if you sure? Okay, so let's schedule on I think let's go back to my meetings, previous meetings. What do we call this? We didn't call it anything. So but we do have a webinar that we called it. So we called that Django Press Practices the 2 scoops way. So we're going to set up the meeting. And this is going to be October 2nd starting at 9 a.m. or sorry, it's October 9th. And we're going to make the duration 8 hours. It's actually 7 hours, but this just gives us a window in case we have something that glitches. Registration is going to be required. And video, everybody can access that stuff. No mute participants. That's very useful. Only authenticated users can join. Breakout room. I think, and we're not going to record it. It will be recorded. Add Carla and Fabio as hosts. And then edit this meeting, make sure that we have all the pieces in place. I'm probably going to edit that password later. Hey, you. Come here and here. Let me, Uma, come here. Okay. All right, so email contact, I want to change it so that way it goes to Eldroy team, just it's easier if it's not just me getting all these emails. Send upon registration, branding. I will get back to this. Okay. So, all right, so now we're going to go to Zapier. Almost there. Where are my zaps? Here they are. And this is what we had before, and it worked great. Then we tried Eventzilla, and I think so. We're gonna, if there's a new paid order on Shopify, then we create a meeting registrant in Zoom, and this is for 3 meetings, and it worked great. So, and that was just for one. So this is actually gonna be a lot simpler. So when we have a new paid order. Hey, my daughter is bringing me things. See if I can get her into the, a little bit more into the video next time so you can see her. Okay, so that's our Shopify account. Payment status needs to be paid. Order status needs to be thing we can do. Any fulfillment status, any. Okay. Let's test the trigger. Now, I know this is gonna have someone's email, so we're gonna be nice to them and hide it down here. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, awesome. So, yes, I can say this worked, and now I should be able to bring this back up. Okay, so now I've tested it. It grabbed it. The next thing that we want to do is we want to put in an if statement. How do we do that? Oh, I see. So filter, and then the filter by Zapier. Okay, I thought. But I want to see what I did over here because I'm blanking. So only if Shopify, and then in this case, what we had it is only continue if. So it's not this. Really delete this. Here we go. So we have a new paid order and oops. What did I have before? It is only continue if line item variants. And let's go off of the variant ID. So if you exactly matches, and now we don't have a value yet, do we? The value is going to be variant ID is going to be this. Okay, and now okay, so it's not going to work because the sample data that I have, we haven't had any purchase of that. So Anwar, you're going to be the lucky tester. Okay, but you're excited. If you decide to buy, that's totally up to you. But if you do, you are so the first. Okay, so creating new meeting registrant. It is my Zoom account, my company Zoom account, and then for meetings, it is this one right here. It is we're grabbing the email of your email and your first name and your last name. Confirmation email. Yeah, we're gonna send. I'm not sure what that does, but all right. So we're gonna test it on Alexandre. Please don't notice that. So I'm gonna have to probably go through and delete this because I just. Okay, but now if I hit refresh and I have a registrant, so lucky Alexander Lopez just got registered. Um, yeah, I will probably give that to him because I accidentally posted his email information. So, Alexandre, congratulations. You just won. You just won a ticket. Oh, I'm in trouble. I know the other people in the company are gonna be not happy with it, but let's be honest. It is fair to Andre because yeah, now I have to go and scrape his information. So go you. Sorry about that. I missed that one. Usually I'm really good at catching these things. Um, okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. Anwar, I know that took me a little bit of time. If you want to give it a try, then by all means do so, and we'll see how that works. Um, ooh, okay. I think so. It is 5 o'clock. I need to check my Slack. See what's going on. Oh, hold on. That's some work stuff. So I need to private channel. Awesome. Um. Why don't you set them to what you think? And okay. So all right. Uh okay. I know I need to make more of these Zoom meetings. I need something to drink, so I'm gonna be right back. Thank you for your patience. Just let me see if I can find something to intrigue and delight you. So for those of you who are in Brazil or Bangladesh, we do have our stores there, and uh, buy it for Brazil and Bangladesh. Can you make it more accurate for the region? Um, this text belongs on Felderoy.com, but not on the Brazil and Bangladesh stores. Okay. Whew. Um. Hey, just doing some real quick math here. Tell you what, Anwar, have you tried buying the book yet? Let me know if you haven't. Okay. Whew. Let me check my checklist of things. So, oh, I need to write these posts. Um, all right, before I can do that, I need to create another um more Zoom stuff. So meetings. Hey. I have just been given a cup by my little girl and a hockey puck. I now have a hockey puck at the table. This is an ice hockey puck. It has some serious weight to it. I am clearly ready. I've so far what I received from my daughter, yeah, is a hockey puck, a bracelet, a scoop, and a little dish. So I am ready for anything. And she's so, I don't know how well you can see her. Let me move this little plant. Um, she just, come here, Uma. You want agua? She is 19, over 19 months old. She knows the English alphabet. Uh, she knows how to count. She's learning the Bangladesh alphabet and or the Bangla alphabet. Hey, and and she's breaking the walls of reality already. Okay. Um, let me finish setting up this stuff. Um, so okay, so I'm gonna create the Django Crash Course August setup party. Um, one, and this is going to be this is Saturday. So we have Mute entry and entrance. Only authenticated users can join. I'm gonna add. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing in for day 2. Oops. Only authenticated users can join. Record the meeting automatically, and there we go. So, yeah, I have to because we're converting. We use the webinar. We're not too happy with it, and now we want to convert all these users to that. Just it's going to be easier. So, Django crash course setup party. And this one is going to be all the way out in October 2nd at 3 p.m. for 2 hours and 30 minutes registration. And this is, so with our online classes, we have a setup party where you can come, everyone comes, and we make sure that everyone is set up so that way during the class itself, we can really focus on leveling people's skills up. And setup is one of those things where sometimes usually takes most people, especially with the way we do it, it takes most people about 30 minutes to get ready. But sometimes it can take a lot longer and it's exhausting. And by making it a rotating thing, making it a 2-hour session, it means that, we let people know, hey, if you want to come late, you can. So that's going to be in then, and okay, so let's do a new one. Okay, so we're going all the way out to October 3rd and starting at 9 a.m. going, and yeah, typically the days are only 7 hours long. We just add that extra hour in case, let's say there's a power outage or something like that, or the internet dies. It gives us a little bit of leeway to help people. Okay, add Fabio and Carla. And then let's get in day 2. Okay. So, let's see. I don't, besides this one. Okay. So let's go back to Zapier and see if we can set this up for them, for people who sign up. So one thing that's nice is we have a earlier version of this right here, and it worked pretty darn well. So we're going to only continue if, so this one off the SKU. What we're going to do instead is we're going to go off the variant ID. Variant ID. And this is for Django Crash Course. So that literally is what we're looking at. And there's the variant ID. It's like the variant ID doesn't change. So that's why I want to use this. And now done editing. Create a registrant in Zoom. And this is going to be all the way in up here. Actually, this is setup party up here. Okay, and then day 1. Step 3 needs attention. How does it need attention? Oh, okay, we're gonna. So setup party, day 1, day 2, and I'm gonna skip the test. We've already done it. But now if you buy in, if you buy online, that will work. So we are completely configured up. Oh man, I still have so much to do. So I need to create the thumbnail for viewing on the home page. That image is like not really friendly though. So I've been streaming now for about 5 hours about 3 hours and change. Let me just make sure. YouTube, can you give me the latest PDF? Oh wait, do I have it? Did I already set that up? Practical. Oh, I don't have a practical Python project, do I? Okay, so you see the latest PDF, so I can upload it to Sendel to prep for distribution. Okay, so I just all right, so I'm gonna log off because I need to take a break, and this is getting more into this nitty gritty stuff. I'm gonna be streaming on Mondays, doing code. I'll also be streaming tomorrow for the launch of Practical Python projects, which I hope to. I can't promise. I'd like to. That'd be kind of awesome. Maybe I can get Yasub online as part of the stream. That might be fun. In the meantime, have an awesome day. Thank you so much for being here. And I know this wasn't coding, but trust me, I will code in the future. KJ Miller, thank you for following.